Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to a new video today. If you don't know who I am, my name is Lewis. I go by Freestyle Photography. I do a lot of street work, doing street photography, and I do portrait shoots as well. And a lot that I do as well is digital art. Usually I use my iPad for digital drawing, stuff like that. And in today's video, before we get into today's video, I just want to do a little disclaimer that this is for entertainment purposes. This is in no way, shape, or form professional speaking here. Another thing that I want to say is that you probably heard the airplane. Hold on, let it pass. I live near an airport. Okay, so now before I get into this topic, like I said, I'm not a professional, but I do want to say that I will not be providing information in how to set up. Well, this is not a video about what an NFT is. This is not a video about how to set up an account to sell NFTs or anything about gas fees, about crypto, none of that. This video is just about my perspective on the whole NFT game, or the NFT community, or NFT world, whatever you want to call it. But I want to share my perspective with you. Now, for this video is, what does NFTs mean to you as an artist? And what that means is, now as an artist, we all have to keep up with the time, as in the time constantly is moving forward, and in humanity it's always been the case that we have to adapt with the time. Whatever's happening in the world, we have to adapt with it. So now what that means right now as artists is that we have to pretty much get into the whole digital aspect of art and pretty much adapt to that. Nowadays we can't really rely on old ways of showing art or selling art. Like, it's not the same as going out in the streets and, you know, selling a painting now, right? And I feel like another thing is that now with COVID, people don't want contact really. For me to sell my art piece to someone in person, you know, if they're huge germaphobes, or, you know, they're very precautious with COVID, they're not going to want that hand-to-hand transferable art piece, you know? So now in days, everything is very digital, right? So us as an artist, we have to have the perspective of what can we do to adapt now. So with this in mind, it comes in the world of NFTs, and what this provides for us is a new space for us to upload and showcase our work to the whole NFT community. Around the whole site, there's multiple sites that people use to sell NFTs, but for me myself, I use OpenSea currently, and I feel like that's the easiest way to get started with NFTs and understanding how NFTs work. Now, having the idea that we can't continue, well, we could still rely on old ways of selling and promoting our artwork, you know. The idea of that is that, yes, it'll always be there as an option for us to use. And I feel like in a term of like 5 years, maybe, you know, 5 years from now, it'll still be a valid way to utilize the old methods of, you know, selling your art pieces, or, you know, whatever you want to do with it, that we have currently. However, when it comes to the world of NFTs, it's more like, what's the question of how is digital art going to proceed within the next 10 to 20 years? How far can this go? And do you want to be ahead of time on having your art pieces out and having a name in the platform, or do you want to wait till like, you know, it's a normal thing and the competition is huge? So I would say right now is the best time because it's well known, but it's not super well known. So you putting your foot in there, it'll help you. Well, it'll just bring out your name eventually, and it's better being ahead of the time. But with that being said, it's the idea of where will this go? Where will art go within the next 10 to 20 years, right? And that brings me to two examples that I want to provide you, right? So the first example is watch the movie Ready Player One. As a geek, it's an amazing movie. It's super fun, filled with Easter eggs, video games, just filled with all that, right? Just a great movie, 10 out of 10. But when you think about the deeper understanding of that, is the fact that the world is pretty much sucked into a digital world using an Oculus, right? We already have Oculuses. We put those in our eye, like, you know, people put it virtual reality, right? Now, when it gets to a point that having a digital home is normalized and you are inviting people over to your digital home, what this means is that you're going to have digital art pieces on your digital home's wall, right? So those art pieces that's on your home is NFTs, right? So depending on what NFT you purchase, that will determine the rarity, and you pretty much get to say how much that art piece is worth without even having the physical piece. Now, there is some occasions that the NFT artist that provides you with an NFT can give you something physical as well with your NFT purchase, right? But anyways, I'm getting out of track. But so that's the first example. Second example is if you play video games, like let's say you play League of Legends, you play CSGO, you play Overwatch. These are or Fortnite actually. These are video games that there's an in-game store that pretty much allows you to pay with real money, and you get either a digital skin, you get weapons, depending on what game it is, but it's a digital thing that you're paying real money for, right? Just for your main character to look cool, or just for your gun to look cool in these video games. But that is the idea, that you're paying real money just for a digital piece. And so that translates into the world of NFTs, of what people would buy that's in the digital world of art now. But I'll leave some link in the description that you could like check out and get an understanding of how just use that as just a guideline that maybe you can set up your account with. If you do want a video on how to set up your NFT and using a crypto wallet, or just getting started with this whole thing, let me know. I would make a video about that. But before I go into depth of how to set up your account, I wanted to just give my perspective on what this community is like, or what the potential is of what it could be, right? As an NFT artist, I haven't made any sales yet. I'm still going through the process of learning and getting better as I go. It's just a part of a process of adapting to anything new. You just gotta continue and you learn as you go. And I will tell you, don't be too sad if you don't see any sales, or if you don't see any eyes on your work. I wouldn't, it's very corny for people to say, oh, don't do it for the money. But the idea of it is that you want to become a part of the community, meet other creators, build a bond with, collectors, and just learn from other people that in general will help improve you in many ways, not just the NFT world, but you never know what kind of people you will meet in general. And with NFTs, as it's a new community, you'll meet all kinds of people that's, you know, has different goals, and you know, it's good to set up and become a part of a team, or even start your own team, right? So with that being said, I do have a future project coming out. I would say around next month I will be releasing a new project that will consist of a lot more rarer pieces. And this is me speaking to, if you're a collector out there and you know you enjoy this video, if you like what I'm doing here, you know, you can check out what I have currently, which is, you know, a lot of it's very experimental for what I have right now. That's why the prices aren't, like, you know, too expensive and such. But I do have a future project coming out, and it's gonna be filled with a lot more rarer and pieces that I really love, and that it's just a whole process that I'm very excited to share with everybody. But anyways, you know, if there's any questions or there's any future videos you want me to make on this topic that you have questions for, let me know. And another bonus thing that I want to mention is that follow me on Instagram, and send me a DM, right? Send me a DM, but before you send me a DM, set up your OpenSea's account, set up your crypto wallet. If you're into that aspect, if you're deep in there that you have an account, send me a DM and I'll teach you how you could post NFTs without gas fees. So you don't have to pay to post your work. You could post it for free using a different source of crypto. But hit me up on Instagram. Make sure you follow. I'll let you know how it goes. But anyways, that's it for me. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was very hopefully we shared the same perspective, or maybe I gave you some insights that you probably didn't have before. But hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, y'all. Until next time, peace.